our first rain-shortened race of the year still produced some solid highlights.
Rise, rise, pick up your weapon and face it.
Ace Delta 12, a racing and gaming joint forces for your entertainment. Having Richard Childress drive the car that Kevin Harvick drove for his first ever win was awesome, honestly, seeing as that happened there at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Kevin Harvick was undergoing his final start at the track, but then Kevin Harvick paced the field with him. Honestly, that couldn't have been any better. The first portion of the race was relatively quiet. The only incident for the first 40 laps was Harrison Burton spinning out for a caution on lap 18. Pole sitter Eric Almirola led every lap he could until he was eventually passed by Joey Logano on lap 48. Tyler Reddick had a heck of a save on lap 51 after some contact with Eric Jones, if I'm remembering Eric Jones correctly. And right after that, on lap 52, Christopher Bell reached the top 5 after starting in the back of the field. Ryan Blaney was able to take the lead on lap 58, and after Joey Logano fell back due to being shuffled out in the battle for the lead, Ryan Blaney went on to win Stage 1. I know, Stage 1 all in one clip? Sheesh. On pit road, Michael McDowell and Martin Truex Jr. made contact on their way out, causing Truex to spin out. Luckily, that situation didn't get any worse, and they were able to continue on. Denny Hamlin had an equipment interference penalty, Christopher Bell had a penalty for removing equipment out of his box, somehow, and William Byron had some kind of safety violation within his box, not sure what that was, but all three of them were sent to the back for their penalties. Oh yeah, also BJ McLeod was caught speeding at the same time as all that. This time, we didn't take as much time to get into the action as Alex Bowman made his way up to third at lap 71, 11 laps into stage 2, and then on lap 80...
Go clear.
Man, Corey just comes across the racetrack.
How sensitive are these cars? Sheesh. I don't know how that tiny-ass gap was enough to send him spinning out, but it did, somehow. Tyler Reddick had his crew over the pit wall too soon, so he went to the back, and we went back to racing. Martin Truex Jr. took the lead on lap 86, Eric Jones squeezed Ty Gibbs into the wall lightly on lap 89, and then Jones spun Kyle Larson on lap 93. Austin Hill and Chase Briscoe ended up spinning out trying to avoid Larson, and that whole thing got cleaned up, and we went back to racing. Lap 102, Ryan Preece reached the top 5, and then one lap later, Corey LaJoie reached the top 10. Then it was relatively quiet for a bit before Ty Gibbs and Ross Chastain had some back and forth with each other on the track. On lap 120, Kyle Larson was confirmed out of the race due to the damage he had sustained in the earlier crash. Then Eric Jones spun somebody else on lap 123, this time Corey LaJoie. That accident collected Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, and Martin Truex Jr. as a result. After that was over with, the cars got repaired and we went back to it. Austin Cindric and Brad Keselowski battled for the lead from lap 134 onward until Truex was able to get around Cindric for second. Some shuffling of positions via passing later, and Ryan Blaney and Chris Buescher are battling for second when Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman spin, bringing out the caution. The race couldn't be brought back to green before the stage ended, so Brad Keselowski ended up winning stage 2 under caution. It was quiet for a little bit at the start of stage 3, just like the other two. William Byron took the lead on lap 167, JJ Yaley got up to 5th on lap 171, and Kevin Harvick spun out on lap 173 to bring out the caution. However, that was short-lived as Ryan Preece and Bubba Wallace spun on lap 179. Eventually, the rain showed itself and the red flag was displayed on lap 186. Despite hope that it was just passing by and we could get back to racing, the rain stuck around and the race was called, with William Byron as the race winner. Anyways, that is going to do it for the race review. Let's do another driver focus. And this time, we have 4 drivers to focus on. Shout out to JJ Yaley for getting Rick Ware Racing their best finish in a long time, if not ever. He finished 7th here at Atlanta. Eric Almirola started on the pole, dominated stage 1 despite losing it, then kind of had a bit of a disappearing act and wound up finishing 18th. But that's still a good top 20 finish for him. Despite finishing 34th in this race, Ty Gibbs has had a very good season so far. He's in the top 20 in the points, within striking distance of making it into the playoffs as a result, and he has only a few DNFs. Additionally, he's finished in the top 15 7 times, 5 of which were in the top 10. Come the end of the regular season, Gibbs will be one of the 16 drivers in the playoffs. The big news of this video that popped up for me while I was in the middle of writing this script, actually, is that Anheuser-Busch is leaving Stewart-Haas Racing for Trackhouse. Yep, all those rumors you heard of Busch Light sponsoring Ross Chastain are officially true. This is a massive win for Trackhouse, as they now have one of the biggest sponsors in NASCAR at present, but it's also a massive loss for SHR, as they are not only losing one of the biggest sponsors in NASCAR at present, but they're also losing a long-time sponsor. Kevin Harvick brought Anheuser-Busch over from RCR when he moved to Stewart-Haas in 2014, and they had been sponsoring him ever since. But that comes to an end next season.
It's been rumored for months, but today it was made official. Anheuser-Busch is leaving Stewart-Haas Racing and will join rival organization Trackhouse and Ross Chastain beginning next year.
Thank you, Eric, for keeping me in the loop for NASCAR stuff, as you always do. That clip was from his video, by the way. Anyways, that is going to do it for this review of the Quaker State 400 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you guys like this video, then make sure to leave a like on it. And if you want to see more of this, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you won't miss an upload. To carry all, Ace Delta 12 out.